In the efforts to combat climate change, the Sahara Desert could become a serious green space. Plans are afoot to terraform the entire desert, changing the dry, arid landscape into a welcoming green space. If successful, this transformation could remove 7.6 billion tons of atmospheric carbon annually. But how can we change the nature of a vast and isolated landscape? Here's what would happen if we succeeded in terraforming the Sahara Desert. The Sahara Desert is 8,600,000 square kilometers, almost the size of America, of course, unless you could somehow fill America with sand and remove all the trees. Terraforming such a huge area won't be easy. In fact, the cost would be as much as $2 billion a year, and unfortunately the cost price is just the beginning of the hurdles. What kind of environmental domino effect would occur? Plants and trees are the lungs of planet Earth, and at this point we could do with benefiting more from these resources. A single hectare of trees can absorb the same amount of carbon dioxide as driving a car 100,000 kilometers. If we were successful in terraforming the Sahara, millions of hectares of trees would join the fight against climate change. This all sounds extraordinary, but what are the chances of success for a transformation of this scale? Believe it or not, we do have a chance, just on a much smaller scale. The Kabuki Ecological Restoration Project in China has seen the successful greening of 1/3 of the Kabuki Desert to 70 different plant species over a period of more than 30 years. But how could we achieve the same when it comes to the hottest desert on Earth? One idea would be to plant crops and trees, followed by pumping desalinated water from the Sahara coast as an irrigation system. To prevent evaporation, the water would have to be transported via an underground piping system attached directly to the roots. Eucalyptus trees would be ideal, as they are more resilient and can easily adapt to warmer climates. In addition, they grow quite fast and can bring economic benefits to this region. As the trees take root and become established, the soil would be supplied with the necessary nutrients, the amount of rainfall would increase, and the overall temperature of the Sahara Desert would drop to 14.5 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, so if we're wasting time fighting climate change, why not act faster, while we still have a potential solution? Well, firstly, did I mention that the cost price would come to about $2 billion a year? I wish you luck in convincing international governments to tackle this problem, especially since it is for the greater good of humanity. But even if we could afford it, terraforming the Sahara Desert would come with its own set of problems. As the region gets wetter and wetter from the planting of thousands of trees, the risk of locust invasion also increases. Yes, that's right, locusts, those swarms of pests best known for biblical associations. Wait, locusts aren't so bad, are they? Well, the amount of food a small swarm needs can exceed the food consumption of 2,500 people a day. So yes, locusts can be very nasty. However, the biggest obstacle to terraforming the Sahara is the domino effect created on the environment. Sahara's sand would be transported by air via wind power, and then deposited in South America after crossing the entire Atlantic Ocean. During the journey, the sand gets wet, and when it falls from the sky, it mixes with rainwater. The combination of sand and rain would reach the Amazon rainforest, help fertilize the area, and provide the ecosystem with the water it needs. Without the Sahara Desert, we can kiss the Amazon rainforest goodbye, unless someone manages to come up with a plan to prevent this ecological crisis. So even if a green Sahara could reduce carbon emissions, is it worth the risk of destroying another area of our planet? If you like this video, don't forget to press the like button, and also don't forget to subscribe and press the bell to be notified every time we post something new.